I think it's pretty clear that most of the footballing world wants Crystal Palace to beat Manchester City in this upcoming FA Cup final. But with the betting odds so heavily favouring Man City, is it possible for Palace to pull off an upset and lift the FA Cup trophy? Well, in analysis of this match, I think it's important to look at the game that these two teams played just over a month ago, in which Manchester City dominantly won 5-2. Now, for reasons we'll get into a little bit, I think this game is going to be vastly different. Now, first of all, we know that how Crystal Palace and Manchester City are going to play. We know that Palace is going to be content to sit back, to let City possess the ball 60, 70, maybe 75% of the game. Crystal Palace is really going to focus on not letting them concede early, remaining in the game, and allowing the chances that they're going to create to put them ahead and give them a chance to win this game. Looking at both of these teams, they're going to be, for the most part, healthy. Crystal Palace will be missing Adam Wharton, which is a huge blow for them. Potentially he could come off the bench. And Manchester City are going to be missing Rodri still, of course, and also John Stones and Manuel Akanji will be out, which will weaken their defense. But we know Crystal Palace is going to play primarily up that right-hand side with Ismaila Sarr, with Daniel Munoz. That's how they've created chances all season. There's two workhorses running up and down. And we know that City are really going to be looking to ping the ball in and around the Palace box and look for those sort of half chances in which they can beat down the Palace players and score. And I think that's going to be a big difference in between the two sides. You see Crystal Palace, who will be looking to get those maybe 5 or 6 really strong chances in which they're going to be able to maybe potentially put away a goal in each one, scoring 5 or 6 potentially. And Manchester City are going to have 2-3 dozen half chances where they're just going to be berating, they're going to be pinging it around, they're going to be shooting early shots. And just keep going, looking for rebounds and all of these things that are just going to, hopefully for them, create enough chances so that they'll be able to score multiple and win the game. But I don't think any of that really matters. I think those things are dependent on luck. Will Crystal Palace finish their chances? Will Manchester City be able to break down the defense? Those are things that you can't really know for sure until you actually watch the game. For me, the deciding factor in this game and the difference between what we're going to see in this game and what we saw in the game a month ago is going to be the stakes for each team. On the surface level, Manchester City have had their worst season in almost a decade under Pep Guardiola. And winning this cup seems really important to bring them some silverware in a hard time. And Crystal Palace are a team who are about to break their point record in the modern Premier League era. So you'd think that maybe Manchester City might want this trophy a little bit more. But I think it goes deeper than that. Man City have had many cup finals, so while that might give them an edge and give them a little bit of composure during this time, it means that the Crystal Palace players are going to have a lot more adrenaline, and importantly, the Crystal Palace fans are going to be dominating Wembley. We saw it in the semi-final with the tifos and the flares and the chants. You're going to see in this game that the Crystal Palace fans will really rule over Wembley. They're going to do their very best to make this feel like a home game for their side. And combining that with the adrenaline, the want from these players, this is going to be the first final for Crystal Palace in about 35 years. The chance to win the first major silverware trophy for Crystal Palace, which is just a huge moment. And so that is one big difference that is there. Now, outside of that, while Crystal Palace have had a really great season, they're going to be probably breaking their points record, as we mentioned. I think the fans may have expected a little bit more after the dominance that they showed at the end of last season, almost winning out their last 10 games. I think a lot of people might have expected them to really be pushing for those European spots through league positions. They're expecting them to finish 8th, 7th, maybe 6th. And with that now being impossible, I think the players are going to really want to push for Europe in a different way. And if you look at Manchester City, while winning this would bring some silverware, they're in third place in the Premier League. They're almost guaranteed to play Champions League football next season, although it is not a guarantee. They're highly, highly likely to be playing that. They're going to be playing at least European football of some sort. We know this. And so for Crystal Palace, this game doesn't just mean that they're going to be winning a trophy, it means that they're going to be playing in Europe next season, something that they haven't done in this modern Premier League era. Now, I could take the time to analyze who's going to get better chances and who's going to control which aspects of the game to try and predict who's going to be winning this game in the end. But overall, I think that the Crystal Palace players will be winning the FA Cup trophy for a different reason. I think it's going to be because the people of South London and the players who are living there are going to want this trophy so much more. I think it means more to the club than it does to those in East Manchester. And for that reason, I think the Crystal Palace players are going to have the will to win it more, and they will be able to upset Manchester City in this upcoming FA Cup final. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and see you later for more.